So, a Red Pill Philosophy viewer just sent me a message asking me to talk about penis size. His message says, a lot of men would also, if they weren't ashamed, want to talk about penis size. I would request you talk about that. Well, he wants me to talk about dicks. Yeah, penis size, I guess, is an interesting one. I guess he has some insecurity about his penis size. I would imagine I doubt he's like a guy with a 15-inch cock who messaged me to talk about he probably has like a small dick, and or he perceives himself to have a small penis, and hence he wanted me to talk about it. There's this thing called micropenis. I don't know if you've heard of this condition. When I was in high school, a friend of a friend was dating a guy who had this condition, and she told me that his penis wasn't like any bigger than her pinky. Like his penis was like her pinky. And it was a very awkward moment in the bedroom. And the funny thing is, this guy is like this roid raging guy. He's like this. This is funny. Every time I saw this guy before I knew he had like a really small penis, he was like this angry guy. And he was like really big in the gym. And he spent all his time in the gym working out. He had like a lot of muscles and he was very buff. Compensation? I don't know. Not to say that everybody who goes to the gym and gets muscles has a small penis, but sometimes there's a correlation there. The thing about penis size is that in a world where you can just go on to the internet and watch hundreds of high-definition porn videos, you're going to be exposed to a lot of other men's penises when you're watching porn. And I think that to a degree, this might infect the minds of some men and make them deeply insecure. Before the internet, before the onset of technology and film and pictures, the odds of you ever seeing another guy's dick were very slim. All right, think of it before the internet, before television and pornography and film, 50, 60 years ago or so. You didn't have access to this much media, this much flow of information. So you never really got to see another man's penis, let alone when it's erect. So the odds of seeing an erect penis were very, very slim. So the odds of you having a sense of insufficiency because you saw another man's penis and it was like twice as big as yours and you don't even know what to think anymore because you feel so inferior, that simply never happened. But now that we live in a world where you can just watch high-definition porno in an instant, or giant penis porn in a fucking flash, you're just bombarded with all these images, it can kind of make you feel small in comparison. But what I would say to the man who sent me this message, because he says in his message, a lot of men would also, and he put in parentheses, if they weren't ashamed, would want to talk about penis size. I would request you talk about that. So he mentioned the word ashamed. I'm just going to assume that this is somebody who maybe has certain inferiority, a sense of inferiority. Maybe he has a small penis, or what I would tell you is this. If you have insecurities about your penis, number one, you got to stop watching porn with other men who have giant penises. You just got to stop. I mean, unless you can like trick your brain to no longer care, then you're going to have to stop, because it's obviously probably fucking with your head. It probably fucks with a lot of men's heads. That's why one of the main advertisements you see when you're watching porn on a website are penis enlargement pills, because what better way to feel insufficient than to watch porn with the top level, elite level men on the planet who have the giant penis, biggest penises in the world. By the way, I'm sure that's relatively rare. Having a 10, 12-inch cock is probably generally a rare thing. That's why there is such a thing as the 6-inch average penis, because it's the average. But you want to talk about the perfect marketing trap That's what these penis enlargement pill advertisements on porn websites are, because so much of marketing is about making you feel inferior, insufficient, scared, so that you think, oh my god, I feel like shit, and then that compels you to buy the product, which is the solution, the penis pill, which will give you a larger penis, or the fat burning pill that'll finally make you ripped and get you all the ladies. So yeah, talk about a disturbing trap. Watch porn with elite level men who have giant penises, even though they're like probably 1% of the population. Gigantic penises, then penis pill advertisement. Do you have a small dick? Do you feel inferior? Here's one weird trick to get with your giant penis now, and you buy the fucking pill. It's a perfect trap. So what I would say is, number one, that I would imagine that really large penises like the ones you see in these might as well be the porn Olympics, the fucking porn penis Olympics, practically. That's probably really rare. So the average woman in her lifetime probably won't ever fuck a guy with a penis that big. She might want to. She might fantasize about it after watching some of these porn videos, but she's probably not going to bump into a guy with that large of a penis because of how rare that is. But I would also say, though, is you have to remember, no matter how small your penis is, your penis will always extend out of your body more than anything a woman has between her legs. You have to understand that it's almost like, because women have the vagina and it's the literal inversion of a penis, the penis extends out of the body, whereas the vagina goes inward into the body. In a way, it's almost as if, even if you only have a fucking 1-inch penis, your 1-inch penis will always be better than her vagina, because your penis extends outward something. She has the inward. You have to understand that that's sort of the implicit energy of the vagina, of being a woman, is that she has the inward energy, the yielding, the submitting, the allowing, the receiving energy. And that's reflected in her inward receiving vagina. And the man has the external, the outward, the forward, extending energy of masculinity, which is reflected in his penis, which extends outward. So the thing is that when you're a woman and you have a vagina that goes inward, in a sense, even the smallest penis in the world will always be greater than her vagina, in the sense that not only does her vagina not extend outward, it's literally negative. It's not just like the vagina just ends right there at the surface where her lips are. It goes inward about 3, 4, 5, 6 inches. Or whatever the fuck the number of inches it is. So you think of it like that, she literally has, if we're going to talk about a measuring contest here, okay, and whether or not you as a man should feel inferior, if you think of yourself as somebody who has a small penis, and you may feel insecure in front of a woman, remember that your penis is always better than her vagina. And I don't mean better like she's worse or less valuable. I just mean, like, if we're talking about her desiring that extending forward intentness of being a man, her vagina craves to be entered by a penis that extends outward into her. Her measurement is not even 0, it's like negative 3 or 4 inches into her body. You have 1 inch extending outward, she has negative 3 or 4 inches. And because of that, it's sort of like you should never feel insecure in front of a woman, no matter how small your penis is, because you'll always have more masculinity than she does. You'll always be able to give her more than she can give herself in terms of her craving for masculinity. You're always going to be a bigger man, so there's no reason to feel insecure. That's basically all I gotta say on this topic. Don't feel insecure. Unplug yourself from the porn. Stop living in a digital world that exists solely on the surface of your laptop screen. Unplug from the media. It's no different than, being plugged into the mainstream media. that makes you feel insecure and fear based, because everything on the media is this race baiting madness and this divisiveness. Um, Unplug, and when you unplug from that, when you unplug from this artificial attachment to the world that is not actually in front of you right now, you kind of return to a groundedness inside of you where you fill up your body and your local consciousness and your local awareness, and you kind of fill up into it. You fill up into your body and who you are. Instead of the guy with the 10-inch cock in porn, it's almost like mentally you're trying to live up to that image stuck in your head. Return to who you are. The most attractive thing about a penis, from the woman's perspective, is not always how big it is, but how erect it is. Because what a woman really wants to know is how turned on are you by her. So it's not necessarily that she wants a giant penis. It's also that women are aroused by the fact that you're aroused by them. Let me say that again. Women are aroused by the fact that you're aroused by them. And this is very politically incorrect. This definitely goes into the heart of, understanding what it means to be feminine, understanding what it means to be masculine. This is why it's up to men to approach a woman and hit on her and seduce her. And you can't wait around for women. That's why women, a lot of times, they won't bang you. If you're not the one doing the seducing, if you're not the one asserting yourself, they just get bored and they friend zone your ass because they get aroused by your arousal for them. So because of that, sometimes the most attractive thing in your penis is not necessarily the size, but are you just rock solid hard, full erection? Even if your erection's only 3 or 4 inches, or is it the fucking most intense erection you've ever had? The hard, because you can have, like a semi-soft erection. You don't necessarily have a full-on hard-on. How erect are you? And sometimes that's more important than penis size. It's like, how hard are you? Are you fully just turned on right now? Because that actually turns her on. She's aroused by the fact that you're aroused. Doesn't mean it doesn't hurt. Doesn't mean that it doesn't help to have an extra large penis. But it also, that's not the only factor.
That's not very traditional, and I think that a man should really pay for the first date.
Fuck that. We're splitting the bill.